What's yours? On the chat with UK and friends. Don't ask me what I bring to the table. I'm the whole damn thing.
All laugh, all me, all shake, all I do that just say.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Chat with UK and Friends. Today we are going to be talking about an important, I think all conversations that we have here are important. But before we dive right into that, because some people are ready to kill me like, you're about to start, you're not introducing people. Okay, so I'll have them, people like them, introduce themselves. Because,
Yeah, you know me. Same person, always. Fine guy. I'm on the watching. That's all I got to do. Don't. You're not gonna introduce yourself?
You're done?
I'm done.
Oh, hallelujah. Siseko.
I'll give you some extra time, you might still be
Wow!
Alrighty.
Wow!
Shego, can you call me?
What do you mean? Don't be
I told you, he's still going, just...
Really, you gonna do that? You gonna do me dirty? We doing the guys upset, but you gonna do me dirty like that? It's okay. Every man for himself. Alright, okay.
So every man for himself.
Alright. Shego.
Just say your thing.
About time. My name is Ganisitanetia Ubun. You could call me ID because everybody calls me ID. Or you could call me Baggy because I'm that like that.
Yes, Baggy had to be giving him trouble.
Y'all know he's a lot.
Wait. Okay.
It's not your turn. Okay.
My name is Matthew, have the deepest voice here.
Wow, you really doing this? Everyone for himself.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you. What topic she has for us today.
Alright, my name is Etinosa. If you can't pronounce that, call me Etsy, and I'm glad to be back.
Yay! Yes, actually, you two are returning champs. Hey! Well, it's so good to have you all back. And today our conversation is... I forgot. I'm just messing with you. So, our conversation today is, do you find that you are harder on yourself than you are with other people? And why?
I start first? Alright, so,
I like how you're taking charge. It's really lovely. It's really good to see you.
I thought you
Can you let her
No,
talk?
She's about to go. I'm giving her a compliment. Come on.
Alright, so, I want to say yes and no. Yes, because, for example, don't judge me, but,
We'll try.
so, for example, I tend to set, like, goals for myself that I feel are a bit unrealistic, and I don't realize they're unrealistic until after the fact that I can't achieve them like I want to. But for example, okay, one of my goals in the past was, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym for an hour every day, Monday through Friday. So some days I probably only went once, maybe 20 minutes at best. So I realized that, okay, maybe, and you know, whenever I didn't meet those goals, I would always feel like bad, like it would make me want to like just trash the whole goal itself because I couldn't, you know, I failed this one time. So that told me that, okay, maybe I am a bit hard on myself. So that's the yes part. The no part, for example, I think this applies to when I was younger. For example, okay, I think most African parents, if y'all have African parents, they
I have Igbo parents.
I have modern parents. So most of them have this, well, let me just speak from my own. My dad, like he started pushing for me to go to med school even before I knew what I really wanted to do for myself. So like even I remember at a young age, I'm in like 2nd grade, 3rd grade, I'm reading, he's making me stay home, like I want to go play outside, right? He's making me stay home and read like 4th grade level. I'm in 2nd grade, he's making me read books, he buys books for me, 4th grade level. I mean, that's a great thing, but when I think about it, that's kind of showing that, okay, he's being hard on me, whereas I just want to play.
Okay. What about you?
I mean, hard on myself. How do I want to answer this question? Yes, I'm hard on myself in setting goals that help me, like, give me a guide to what I want to achieve in the year, in the month. So, but as far as being hard on myself in like a negative way, where it makes me like shut down, I've learned really not to do that. So as I said earlier, it's like, yes, I do set the end goal to be unrealistic, right? But I've also learned to break down those goals into like literal goals so I can at least celebrate whenever I've made like any little achievement.
Right.
Rather than just like beat myself up because I have not reached the maximum goal. So as far as like being really hard on myself, I've learned really not to do that.
Okay.
I tell you, okay, you can give us an idea. I didn't know how to do mine after.
Why are you choosing to give idea? No, you do your own.
So I'm thinking.
Thinking of what? Oh God. Please, ID.
Okay.
Really? Put the side?
Oh my God, we never speak.
Oh my god. Okay, so with being hard on myself, I don't know if I would say I'm being hard on myself. I mean, my mom definitely thinks I'm hard on myself, but she calls me the jack of all trades because I'm definitely an overachiever. I try to see like what's the limit I can reach. So I tend to push myself a lot. And well, yeah, I am hard on myself. I am hard on myself. I am, but I would say this, you know, by the grace of God, when I do set a goal, most times I tend to achieve them. And the ones I don't achieve, I try not to beat myself up about it, even though, like, you know, like with the gym stuff, I do beat myself a lot about it because the consistency is not there. But it is something that I always try to catch myself, like, come on, let's get back on this, let's get back on this. So I try not to focus and like, oh my gosh, Heidi, you really can't do this, you're just, you know, dumb, and like tear myself down when I don't achieve my goals. Instead, I try to like encourage myself and like, you can do this, let's get back on it, let's get back on it, let's get back on it. So even if I am hard on myself, I tend to encourage myself too, and my family encourages me. So yeah, that's what I could say for now. Yeah.
I like that you guys are talking about being hard on yourself in terms of goals that you set for yourself and all, because mine is the complete opposite. I'm just saying. So for me, I've always been hard on myself the negative way, in the sense that because I grew up with a whole lot of very low self-esteem. I've always placed myself in my head, trying to get the perspective of other people of how I should be. And so if I feel like I'm not meeting up to the standard of someone else, then I start to look at myself as I'm not good enough, or I'm this failed person and all of that stuff. So I put a huge responsibility on myself to act the way I feel everybody else wants me to act. But all of that was just in my head, because I could be thinking something and they're not even thinking the same thing at all. But because that was what I had conditioned myself. So it was a whole lot of me just pulling myself down just so I can fit in certain mindsets of other people.
So imposter syndrome, right? You don't feel like you fully impressed.
Pretty much. Yeah. So, but when you talked about celebrating your wins, because I grew up in that kind of mindset, I always felt like I was never good enough. So in terms of like, I remember my dad was like, oh, before I came to America, I think I was 17, the goal was in Nigeria, when I'm 18, I was going to go to driving school and all of that stuff. But something as little as that, because I didn't think I was ever going to be good enough to even drive a car, talk less of owning one for myself. So I get into this habit sometimes when I look at my car, I'm like, wow, God, thank you. Like, it doesn't have to be a Tesla or whatsoever. Just the fact that I have a car and I'm able to drive is like the greatest, because it was nothing I ever pictured that I would ever be able to do or own, because I never saw myself as
good enough or being valuable to have something of value.
Yeah. So pretty much it calls you to be grateful.
Yeah, very.
Shaggy, you never talked about
Yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah. So I think I do like the perspectives we're all bringing into it. If we can think about it from different angles, because I feel like, especially with Nigerian parents, there's a huge standard first. You know, you have a huge standard for the life you want. Your parents are going to tell you, you know, this is first. You're representing our family. You know, you're not even representing yourself first. You're representing our family. That's a standard to live up to. You're representing yourself, and then I expect you to do this, do great, and that's one expectation. And so when you're thinking about that expectation, is that you already have all that laid out for you. So you definitely want to have like a high expectation for yourself. I also feel like, you know, thinking about being out on each other is just like when we fail or when we, you know, have things that we're trying to deal with, or like we're going through stuff and we're, you know, being difficult on us. And so I think sometimes it's okay to be, because generally you have to be more difficult on yourself than any other person anyway. Because you should be your greatest critic. You should be able to look at yourself objectively and say, you know, I feel like I should be doing better. I feel like I know this is my potential and I'm not meeting that potential. You know, and then I feel like then it has to come in moderation, right? So I'm an overachiever. I be like, okay, so I feel like, okay, let me give an instance. I'm doing this particular course, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it in 3 weeks. They told me it's gonna take you like 6 to 9 months. I was like, nah, what are you talking about?
Listen.
What are you talking about? 3 weeks. Okay. And then I be doing it. I was like, oh, bro, you just just take your time. And so, you know, I also have someone I've been studying with and doing a bunch of things with. It's just like I have this expectation, and then we're doing the assignments together. I'll be like, oh no, you guys just, you know, slow down. I feel like, you know, it's good to have high expectation, but also understand that it's okay if you don't meet those expectations. You know, give yourself leeway. Because before I used to feel very bad. I'm like, whatever happens. If I don't, so long as I'm shooting for the star and I hit the moon, it's better than shooting for the moon and I don't even get past where the planes are and all that. So
I got lost in that.
Okay, so I'm shooting for the stars, but I hit the moon. But if I shoot for the moon and I only, you know, it's better than shooting for the moon and only getting to the clouds. It's just just roll with it. You just the idea of just saying. What I'm essentially saying is, I feel like many times we're more capable of what we think we are capable of, and if we truly push ourselves, you know, understand that we push yourself, you'll be surprised, you know, how well we actually do it.
Yeah.
So it's okay to set good high expectation, but also give yourself room to be able to fall short of it and know that, hey, it's okay that actually happened to me. And I feel like it's either way, we're always going to be harder on ourselves than others. We shouldn't be harder on others than ourselves, because that's just hypocritical. I feel like that's my own suggestion.
So I agree with everything you said. One thing I want to add to that is like, okay, so, you know, let's say you're the type of person that is a perfectionist or overachiever and such. I think in that scenario, I think it's probably, it shows growth if a person can actually lower their expectations. Because they're always someone to do, and maybe they base their self-worth based on what they can achieve. But I think it's actually showing maybe a growth of character if they can be like, you know what, just doing this one thing, I'm enough doing that. You know, I don't have to do a million things to be enough or something like that. So
yeah, you're 100% right, because it's a lot. I used to feel really bad, and you know, sometimes I be like, okay, now there's really nothing for me I can't. It's very difficult for me not to be doing something, even if it's a day where I'm supposed to be. I remember one time I was like sick for 5 days, and I was to go to the front of my computer trying to do stuff because I was like, man, you got this time going, you gotta use something for it. I feel like it's also good. One of the things that I found to help me in that space is whenever I'm with people, I try to be present. And so regardless of what, I don't touch my phone. That's why I get really mad when I see UK. When we talk, that's just messing around, but I remember when we used to hang out at the beginning, and then we'd be having
When we used to,
conversation.
like, you would think that we're not hanging out.
No,
Oh,
at
my
the beginning,
goodness.
no, we still hang out. But at the beginning of our friendship, we'll be hanging out, she'd be on the phone. I'd be like, when you, like, why? What's the, why we
Yes.
you know, but that's just a digression from the whole thing, though.
No, but question now is, because we've all talked about goals and expectations and setting, being hard on ourselves and stuff. But when it comes to the people that you have around you, are you harder on yourself when you see them doing certain things and you're wishing that you could do it?
I mean, definitely. Your circle, for example, okay, let me put it this way. My circle, or the circle I found myself in later in my semester, was actually like among what we call the rich Africans. So the Africans that come to college, their parents are still in like Nigeria, they're just sending them money. So they're just living a lavish lifestyle with almost no like consequences, right? So with that type of circle, when you see like how they spend their money, how they buy clothes, you start feeling bad, like, oh, what am I doing differently that they're not, right? And you start gauging yourself based on their scale, forgetting that you have a different background than they do, right? If you were to blow your money like they are, you have consequences, right? So I'll even give an example, right? So earlier in my junior year, I got into like trading stocks, right? And what happened was I would talk to some of my friends, so that rich Africans, about it, and I would be like, oh, I just put in $400 into this stock, but I sold it too quickly. And then when he wants to give his own opinion, he's like, man, I just lost $4,000, and it's like there's a huge disparity,
right?
and it's like, well, so that really taught me quickly to not really be hard on myself, instead, but to look at that as like a source of motivation, right? To be motivated by that. Okay, I want to get to that point, right? What do I have to do to get to that point? So I'm not gonna beat myself up just because, oh, I don't have $4,000 to lose at this time, right? So for me, what helped me was, back to the stock example, what was I using to trade stocks? I was using the money that I was supposed to use to feed myself to trade stocks, right? So if I lost that whole money, guess what? I was hungry, right? So
or ramen noodles.
yeah, as someone said earlier, I actually did meet, it was a very random occurrence. I met the most random person at Taco Bell, right? And I just got into talking to him, and he's like, I told him all my plans, like, oh yes, I want to be this, I want to get all that. And the one thing he told me was just take it slow, like, right? Take it slow. You have a long life ahead of you. Like don't rush into anything. So why am I trading with money that I don't have to lose? Take it slow. Go get a job. Go get cash flow before you start trading those stocks, right? So rather than gauging yourself based on your friend's skill, okay, better example. Everybody has their own race to run. Your friend has been given a five-year head start, maybe financially, right? You take it slow, and just as long as you make it to that finish line, you're good. You'll be happy with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, what you said just reminded me of that story we learned as children, like the hare and the tortoise. So it's not how fast you go that makes you successful. It's just that slow, consistent, gradual progress. So I think that was very great advice that you received from that person.
Yeah. Just to piggyback off of what you guys are saying, so even with like looking at other people and where they're at, and like trying to compare and say like, why am I not at that level? Perspective that has helped me with that is looking at it like, if God puts me in that level, like, would I be able to handle? Because they say more money, more bills. So if God puts me in that level at that point, would I be able to handle whatever, is going on at that point? Maybe that person's able to handle it. That's why God put them there at that point. So whatever point you're at, it's where you're meant to be in that moment. So don't be like, oh my God, where am I here right now? Like I want to be there in that moment. What can I do at that spot that I'm at? What can I do for myself in that moment? And like you might see somebody, driving a Tesla, whatnot. You don't know if they're living in the Tesla, but you're looking at them. Oh yeah, they got a Tesla. I want to get a Tesla. You don't know that. So I that's the perspective that has made me like not look at people and be like, yeah, I want to be like that. I mean, there's nothing in like looking at someone's situation and saying like that's where I want to be at, but not like at the point of beating yourself up or tearing yourself down like, why am I at this moment? What am I doing wrong? Or if I had done this, maybe I would have been at this moment. Or if I had done this, or maybe I should go do this so I could get to this point. Just appreciate where you are at the moment and definitely get to where you're supposed to.
I think one of the things that's gone with me longest is it's a Bible verse that just says about how we don't compare ourselves with others, we compare ourselves against what we can do. And so I think that helps in the sense of, when you're in the friend circle, right? It actually helps push you. That's the point of having people who are better around you, because we're definitely defined by the people around us. And so when we have great people around us, it just makes things better, because now you're thinking about, I could do this, I could do this. This person is experiencing this. Let me try to experience the same thing as well. And so I feel that's a good thing. But one of the things I found that also helped in my friendship, where I don't feel like I'm not there yet, it's also giving a lot more. Sometimes when you're in a relationship where your friends has the better financial whatever, and you're still thinking about it, is when you start giving more of things that are not tangible. And so the person who started the relationship will be like, oh man, I'm not getting money from you, but the friendship, it's way what. And so I've been in friendship where all of my friends are. If I had my friends who don't know me their phones while I was in university anyway, but they wouldn't look back and be like, oh, there was a disparity in our relationship, our friendship. We're giving back and forth. And so there's a fulfillment that comes with giving, to someone who doesn't really need it, but is benefiting from it, and it helps your mental state and also, pushes you in that sense as well too. So
Yeah. I'm actually reminded by the episode that we had done about bad social media, when we were talking about the lifestyle of other people. Like what you see online is not what's not actually what is happening in real life. Exactly. So if you're being hard on yourself based on what you're seeing somebody else do, maybe taking pictures or living the luxury lifestyle, but yet they're probably living crazy place and have none of those things. Everything is borrowed or rented or all of that stuff, and then you are there being hard on yourself, like God, when? Or God, why? And then it's just like, so I think we should just be, what's the word?
we should be kind to ourselves.
Yeah, be kind to ourselves.
We need to be kind to ourselves.
And go through the process of where you're at. I don't think we should rush the process, because then we lose whatever lesson or benefit we're trying to get from it. Just take it slow. And
yeah, I think I'm supposed to take this advice too. Is sometimes we need to stay back and just treat ourselves. Treat ourselves to something. I need to take the advice because I've been working like a dog for the past 3-4 months, and I just need to go somewhere and just go to the movies or something like that. I haven't been to the movie in a while. I used to go to the movie a lot.
I know, I miss that. No, seriously, because we get so busy with work and life and the hustle of things. Like we're trying to
take care of yourself.
Yeah, when we forget, we'll be like, oh, I don't have enough money. You don't even need to have thousands of dollars just to be able to treat yourself nice. Maybe it's just taking a walk in the park, or maybe you save $12 to just go to the movies and watch a movie or something, or go eat something. You don't wait until you're living the life before you can actually enjoy yourself. Like I started to do that for myself because I felt like it was very important, because if not, I get sucked in. And it's also good for your mental health. Mentally it's good for you because sometimes you just need to detox and distress, and just talking and crying about it is not always the answer. Just go out, have some fun, get to know yourself, get to love upon yourself, and just
So
chill.
I think I want to ask a question, everybody. Like, so what is the one thing that you know that if you're feeling like some kind of way you do? I start with that too, so where like you just like feel really good. Like so, like you're treating yourself. What is the one thing you do to treat yourself?
To treat myself. That I feel really good about. I think when I feel really good when I want to buy something, but then I get a good deal on it.
Okay.
Like I don't just want to buy like
Full price.
I just feel like, man, I save money. I just feel good about it. Like,
Okay.
so that's
And
one
that
thing.
works for you.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I know. Like when I do it, like it makes me feel good. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nev?
Yeah, you're gonna have to come back to me. I had it, but then I lost it immediately.
Alright. Okay. How about you?
For me, I just like being around just good people. Like I just want to go watch a movie with my friends and just have a good time, or just be in my house with a group of friends and we're just having fun, we're gisting, we're laughing. It's just like let loose. Or go and try restaurants and eat some food. You know me.
Shopping.
Shopping.
I love to shopping, especially thrift shopping.
Sure.
Okay. All right. I think mine is it's a little different from everybody's, but I love having to spend like $200, $300, $400, $500 on food and making it myself. It gives me. I would have that luxury. And making the food myself. Like just go shopping. Just like know that I go to Walmart and I can buy $500 worth of groceries, whatever I want.
You really be doing that too.
I do enjoy it. I used to.
Like-
And then I just go back home and I make some food and then eat it. I'm just like, bro, you make some really
No,
lovely
seriously,
food.
when he cooks, I'm not praising this food, but when he cooks, he literally praises himself.
Oh my God, you gotta.
Oh my God!
when
Like he will call the whole world. He
when
will call
you
his
see-
mom.
when-
He will call
see,
his dad.
when
He
you
will
can-
call
when
me.
you
He will
can
call his
make- when you
girlfriend.
can make-
Everybody. Like
when
I
you
made
can
chicken
make
and it's so good. You
five
always taste
different.
it.
When you can make 5 different kinds of food in one sitting, that's a great feeling right there. You can make soups, like 2 different soups, stews.
It's the proudness
chicken,
for me though. You
Beef,
be proud.
oxtail, goat meat. My God,
Can-
fish.
How much you say on?
Yeah, you can. You go ahead.
Alright, I would
He
say
came back.
I would say something that like helps me feel good about myself is just making any purchase without necessarily like thinking too much about the price. Making it because
Just because you
I'm
like
buying it because I want it. You know?
Yeah, that's a good
That
feeling
feeling
too.
where you go, maybe you go on a clothing website and you don't hit that store price. You just
Or
see
keep
what
it in
you
your
like
cart.
and you choose it. you know?
Yeah.
That's a great feeling right
Shoot,
there.
I be doing that.
All time.
I'm like, if I got time for this from lowest to highest, $9.99. Oh, 99 cents. I'm picking. But that's good though. But I greatly enjoyed this conversation. I think it's we at the end of the day we need to be kind to ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to find time to celebrate our wins, however little, and just be proud of ourselves. And like we all said, don't set too much. Even we've set expectations or goals, and you don't meet them. It's okay to not be so hard on yourself. Like at least you did something. They might not be where you wanted it to be, but you did something, and we can all be proud of that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry, I just clicked right now. You said $500 soup.
Groceries, just general groceries. I've done that, and it's a really, for me, it's a great feeling. Like just going, and I can buy sweets, chocolates, food, bread, eggs. It's right now. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just looking forward to when I have
So
enough
what's
money.
your calendar looking like?
Not yet. I need the.
I can just pull up to his house when the
When the food is ready, yeah, I actually love giving. When I'm cooking,
Yeah,
I just
he loves
love
giving his
giving
food.
my food out.
Yes, his food. He wants everybody to eat his food.
Yeah?
I'll bring a pan.
whatever whatever you get, is whatever you get. You can bring whatever plate. If it's half a pan or it's like a quarter, that's all I can give you. You can taste that. It's totally up to you. I have enough plates. We'll trash a pan.
I think it's so incredible that we all have different ideas of what makes us happy, and it's not the norm. Like it's not like everything is the same as to like the norm. Like I have to be happy because I'm just buying the clothes or shoes, but you can be happy for like savings and stuff. Happy for shopping, happy for groceries, happy for I forgot.
You're just
Spending
spending
without
money.
worrying.
It's a good
Without
feeling
worrying.
too. It's a
So,
good feeling too.
But it's all good. But thank you all so much for being a part of this
Yep,
conversation.
yep.
And well, like we always say, the conversation does not end here.
Yep.
So like, share,
Comment.
comment, ring the bell, ring the bell.
Notification.
And of course, we'll see you all next time on the Chat with UK and
Friends.
all right, yo, bye.
Ciao.